All right, so good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday to you, and welcome to today's live session. All right, so welcome. If you can see me, if you can hear me, you're welcome. Thank you for joining this live session. This is the Conversations with the Oracle. Conversation with the Oracle. For a while now, this series was paused because I was running another series, the Young and Bowling series. All right. So today I decided to do this, have another episode of Conversation with the Oracle, where we'll be talking about a very important topic. So, welcome. If you can see me, like I always say, if you can hear me, let me know in the comments. So, let me know. Just say, I can see you, I can hear you. And then also, like I like to do, please let me know your name and let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know your name and the state, the country you're watching from. Okay, if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, say, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm in Calabar, Nigeria. I'm in Accra, Ghana. I'm in, wherever you are, let me know. I'm in the US, I'm in the United States, I'm in the UK. Wherever you are watching me, just let me know. Okay, and welcome. I want to keep this session short. I don't want us to spend too much time here. So, um, quickly, we're talking about the power of patience, right? We're talking about the power of patience. And before today, if you're following me on social media, I put out for a while now, for about 2 months now, I've been doing this weekly video series um, called 90 Seconds with Pendulum, all right? And the last video in that series, that's the episode 8 of that series, I talked about the power of patience. The power of patience. That was the last video in that series. And when I made that video, I realized that there was still a lot I had to say about patience and about how important patience is, especially in our day and time. Okay, so I decided, okay, why not have a live session, another episode of Conversation with Oracles, where you will have more time to talk about this particular issue. So that is how this live session was bettered. And I decided, okay, to have 30 minutes where I will talk more about patience, the importance of patience, the power of patience, why patience is inevitable if you get to the top and stay on top. All right, so today we're looking at the power of patience, episode 7 of the Conversation with the Oracle. And I hope you've watched that short video. If you've not watched it, I post it first here on YouTube. So if you're hearing me, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you get all the videos once I post them. And then I posted it on my Facebook, on WhatsApp, and on Instagram, I think. I'm not sure about Instagram, but I posted it on Facebook and WhatsApp. So if you've already watched those videos, then you have an idea of what I said patience is. All right. So I'll just be building on that. And this series has three main parts, or has three main sections I'll be looking at. What is patience? That's number one. What does patience require? That's number two. And what to do while you wait? That's number three. So I would love, as I'm talking, just do well to put whatever I say that makes sense to you, that hits you, you know, makes impact to you, or anything I say that is valuable to you, that you know makes a lot of sense to you. Just put it in the comments so that other people can also see it as well. All right. So I say we're looking at the power of patience. We're starting with what is patience. What is patience? We all have an idea what patience is. This is not it's not a new word, and it's not the first time we're hearing it. So patience basically is your ability to wait the ability to wait, the ability to, you know, match the brakes, the ability to hold on, the ability to wait, the ability to match the brakes, your ability to hold on for a definite reason, for a definite reason, or for a particular purpose. Okay, the ability to wait, to, calm down, so to say, to match the brakes, and to hold on for a particular reason or for a definite purpose. All right. Patience is waiting for the right time, waiting for the right time. And, people have said that there is no right time. There's nothing like the right time. You take the time and make it right. But the Bible also tells us that for everything there's a time. For every purpose under heaven, there is a time. There is a season. So whether there is a perfect time, no, but there's a right time for everything. There's a right time to get married, and there's a wrong time to get married. There's a right time to go to school, and there's a time when if you're going to school, you are making up. When there's a time when if you're not going to school, you're playing catch up. So that is not the right time. There's a right time to, you know, um, start building a family, and there's a time when it will get to you're already playing catch up, right? So there are right times to things. Whoever tells you there is no right time for things to happen is not giving you the full scope. I agree that maybe there is no perfect time, but there's a right season, there's a right time for things to happen. And it doesn't mean that if it doesn't happen in that right time, it can never happen again for you. But if you miss that window, then any other window you make use of becomes a secondary window, becomes a B rate option, right? Any other window you use becomes something you're trying to use to make do or make up for the time you've lost. So there's a right time for everything, right? And patience is waiting for that right time. So obviously, you need to know the right time. You need to know your right time for doing anything. And then patience is being able to wait, to hold on, and resist all the temptations of going faster than you should be going faster than your speed, going faster than your legs can carry you. You resist the temptation of trying to be like your mates, trying to do like your mates, trying to live like your mates, because you are waiting for your time, because you understand that nobody is actually your mate. Okay, everybody is on their own race. So patience is waiting for when your season is, or when your season is to come, and also being able to resist that temptation, because it's not going to be easy when you see other people succeeding, when you see other people marrying, when you see other people getting children, when you see other people, doing stuff that you are not yet doing, or that you have not started doing. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of temptation. Okay. You want to start making money quickly because you're seeing people like you make money. You want to you want to rush and open a business, you want to start a company, you want to jump into marriage, you want to become a coach, you want to start teaching people, you want to start coaching people because you are seeing other people teaching and coaching. But patience is that quality that will help you calm down and wait for the right time for you to get married, the right time for you to start teaching people, the right time for you to go into business. All right. And obviously, as I go on, I'll talk about what the right time is, or when the right time is, and obviously what you do while waiting, because patience is not just about waiting. If you just wait, then you are wasting time. If you just wait, then you are wasting. If you just wait, then you are wasting. So patience is not just about waiting. It's not just about sitting down and folding your hand, waiting for your time, your perceived time to come. It's not just doing nothing and waiting. No, but there are a lot of things you need to do while you wait, and that's the last section we'll look at. All right, but understand that patience means being able to resist all that pressure, all that temptation. In our world today, there's a lot of pressure for young people to make money quickly, for young people to start, succeeding very quickly, for young ministers of the gospel to start, see their church start growing immediately, see their ministries explode immediately. But patience is what is going to keep you and make you wait for the time that God has assigned for your ministry to take off. Even Jesus Christ had a time. Jesus told his mother, "Woman, what do I have to do with you? My time has not come." So if Jesus had a time, a right time, who do you think you are that you don't have a right time or that you don't have a time? Why do you think you can just jump God's agenda, God's planning for you, and just begin on your own time? Begin whenever you like, right? So everything has a right time. That's the first point. Everything has a right time. And before you get to that time, patience is that ability to wait, to pause, to hold on for that time to come. Because that time is the season when everything will be easiest for you, when everything will go, best for you. It's a time when you see a lot of results with very little effort. When you're in your season, when you're in your time. When the rainy season comes, you see plants growing easily without, you know, so much stress and so much work because they're in their season. Now there is water, now there is everything they need to be able to survive. The soil is not so hard, the sun is not so harsh. There's water, they have everything they need to thrive, and so they grow very fast, they grow very easily. Why? They're in their season, they've waited for their time. But the plant that tries to grow when it's not yet its season, when it's not yet the rainy season or its season to grow, it will struggle. It will struggle and fight and may ultimately die off. So we need to learn how to wait. We need to learn how to wait. Why? Because patience is necessary to prepare you for your season. Patience is necessary to prepare you for your time. Patience is necessary to prepare you for the top that you're aiming for or you're getting to, because success is heavy. Okay, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of work to be done at the top. Okay, the work to stay on top is even more than the work to get to the top. So there's a lot of there's a lot of pressure, a lot of weight, a lot of responsibilities when you finally achieve success, when you finally get to the top, when you finally reach that destination, that promised land that you want to go. So how do you make sure that you are equipped for these pressures that come with being at the top, or with the responsibilities that come with success? Is where pressure becomes important. Is where sorry, patience becomes important, so that you have that time as you are waiting, you're able to prepare yourself for you know the success that is coming. So patience helps you develop roots. Patience helps you develop roots that can hold you down strongly even when you begin to shoot upwards. I tell people, before you start growing upwards, make sure you have grown downwards. Before you start exposing yourself and shining on the stage and shining in the limelight, make sure you have grown downwards. Make sure you've established a solid root system that can hold you when all the wiles and the temptations of the limelight come. So it is only when you're patient, when you can wait, that you can actually prepare. You can actually go through the process of being made. You can go through the process of being made. You cannot be made in a hurry. You cannot be processed in a hurry. So any cassava that wants to become garri or become bread must be patient enough to go through, the process of either frying or whatever it needs to go through to become bread or become garri. If that cassava is not patient, then it can never become the end product that people appreciate. So you need to go through that process of being made, process of being refined, process of getting yourself building that capacity you need to be able to thrive at the top, to not just get to the top of the ladder, but to actually remain on top, remain relevant across times and seasons and generations. All right. So patience is very necessary to give yourself that time you need to prepare, to build yourself, to build roots, to build capacity for sustainable success, for lasting success, for impact that doesn't dry off. When you see people that year after year, month after month, they are continuing to give out value and impact. It seems like everything they are doing, they give out so much, yet they still have so much to give out. It's because they took time to really build up their, knowledge bank. They built up their capacity. They built up their well. They filled their well to the brim. And so even though they are giving and their value is diminishing, they still have a whole lot of reserves to tap from. They still have a whole lot of reserves to tap from because they have built capacity over the years. They have become ready. They were patient enough to um, build themselves, awaiting the limelight or awaiting the success that's coming. So patience is very necessary if you're not just going to be a flash in the pan. If you're not just going to be, someone that is here today and gone tomorrow. If you're going to build the roots that will hold you, then you need to be patient to build yourself. You need to be patient to get things right before you run into the limelight. So, what does patience require? The second session, what does patience require? Because I said I don't want us to spend too much time here today. Now, Joyce Mesa, Joyce Meyer said something. She said patience is not just waiting, but patience is also about your ability, your attitude while you're waiting. So it's not just that you're waiting that makes you patient, but how are you waiting? Okay. Some people say they are waiting, but they are grumbling. Some people say they are waiting, but even when they are waiting unhappily. They are waiting hurriedly. And that is not the true definition of patience. So patience is waiting, um, should I say contentedly, waiting with the right attitude, waiting with a proper mindset. That is what patience requires. That is what patience actually is. You're waiting, but you have the right attitude. You have an attitude of hope, an attitude of expectation. You are waiting, but you are, expecting a bright future. You are expecting a better tomorrow. You have this, joy even when you're waiting because you know that you're preparing yourself for something phenomenal. You're preparing yourself for something exceptional. So you're waiting, but you're joyful. You're waiting, but you're happy. You're waiting, but you're hopeful. You have expectation. Okay, so patience is not just that you're waiting, but while you're waiting, you're complaining and you're grumbling and you are unhappy, you are not contented, you're sad, and all of that. No, while you wait, while you're being patient, there needs to be this expectation that, okay, I'm preparing myself for something. I'm doing the work now that is going to pay off tomorrow. There needs to be that hope. There needs to be, you need to be, happy while you're building yourself. You need to be joyful while you're building the capacity, the foundation that will hold your building up, right? Patience allows you to build the foundation that will hold your building up. Just imagine an engineer, or let's say the owner of a building, of a house, that decides he wants to build his house, but because he cannot wait for them to start digging maybe 4, 5, 6 feet to lay foundation. He's too much in a hurry. He just wants the house to be built fast, 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 fast. And then he tells them, just forget about the foundation, just lay the block like that and build the house on ground level like that, build it upwards. What will happen? What will happen is that the house will be completed very fast because they refuse to be patient to dig deep and lay a solid foundation. So the house will be completed fast, quickly. But then at the end of the day, that house will not stand the test of time. That house will be like the house that Jesus Christ said was built on sand. Because any little adverse weather condition, whether flooding, whether heavy wind, heavy rain, and that house will collapse. That house will crumble. Why? It has no root, it has no foundation because the owner was impatient. So, as you continue on your journey, especially those of you that are still starting, that are still beginning, whatever your journey is, whether it's in business, is in education, is in ministry, anywhere you are, be patient enough to build yourself before you start looking for success, before you start looking to, okay, you learn a skill, for instance. Let me use this example that many of us can relate to. You learn a skill, for instance. Many people, too many people, are not patient enough to practice that skill, get enough experience, get enough results before they even start um, selling that skill or teaching people. So they just learn a skill, they just finish a class today, and next week they've already put out a flyer to teach that skill to teach somebody else. And at the end of the day, see that these people just copy what they were taught and teach another person. They have no depth in what they are teaching. They cannot really explain, they cannot prove, they have no experience in what they are teaching. They just do copy and paste. And the reason is because these people were not patient to live and become what they are teaching. They were not patient enough to, ground themselves in what they have learned. They're not patient enough to develop roots, and you get these roots by practice, by working on the skill you have gotten. You learn graphic design, you begin to make designs, you learn copywriting, you begin to write copies. And then another way to ground yourself or build yourself is to volunteer for people, so that you are actually working for clients even though they're not paying you, but you're working for people. You're doing designs for people, you're writing copies for people, you're building sales funnels for people, you're doing video ads for people, and they rate your work. They'll tell you if they like your work, if your work is professional enough, if your work meets their standards and their expectations. And from the feedback you get, you're able to make corrections, grow, and gain experience, become better at your skill. So by the time you've learned, you've practiced on your own for maybe a few months, got better and better, because the truth is no teacher can teach you everything. It is almost impossible for a teacher, especially one teacher, to teach you everything. That's why some people learn from different teachers, so that they get, they get from this teacher, they get from this teacher, they get from this teacher, and when you put everything together, you're having almost a holistic package. But after your teacher has taught you, you go on to practice by yourself. You may even learn something that the teacher did not teach. or that a teacher did not teach well, you learn it well for yourself. And then you volunteer, you work with people, you work for people, and put your skills in the market to test. Yes, you're not being paid, but you're still being paid in, in feedback and in reviews. So you do that, and after a while, you've volunteered for a few people, and you're now grounded enough to be able to start offering your skill for money as a paid service. And this way, you know that whatever comes out of it, you're now prepared enough to handle it, whether negative or positive, you're prepared enough to handle it. Or you want to begin to teach people, even at that point, you should not be teaching because you've not had any real results. All your results at that point are from, practice and volunteering. So you've not had any real result. Nobody has actually paid you, and you did something and giving them, and you get their feedback. But the truth is, when you volunteer, you do a job, and when you're being paid to do a job, the pressure is not really the same. Because if you're volunteering for somebody, you do something and the person doesn't like it, the person will will still give you feedback, will still tell you, okay, this job is not good enough, this and this. But most times they'll be using kid gloves. Okay, most times they'll be pulling their punches. They won't want to be harsh on you, or because they are not paying you, because it's a volunteering job. So they will still point out your errors and all of that, but they will still do it nicely. But when somebody pays you for a job, especially if it's a job they pay highly for, and you don't deliver properly, many clients will not take it lightly with you. Many clients will unleash their fury on you. They will come at you, you know, bumper to bumper. So how do you handle that? How do you turn that situation around? How do you manage that client and manage that project? In the end, you you know that everybody is happy. That is the experience you get from actually working for people that pay you, right? And all that will come from being. So my point is, stop rushing, be patient, wait for the right time, wait for the time when you've seen as much as you can see, you know, without actually jumping into the field before you jump into the field. So I've said what patience is, and I've talked about what patience requires. Okay? Patience is all about having the right mindset when you're waiting. So while you're waiting, have that right mindset. Know exactly what you're waiting for, know why you're waiting, and have that positive mindset that you're not just wasting your time, you're building for your future. You're building a capacity today that will hold you up tomorrow. You're building the roots that will hold up your branches and your trunk tomorrow. Okay? So have that right mindset that this is not just a waste of time. I'm not just idling. No, I am planting today so that tomorrow I will, have to gather. All right? Have the right mindset. Patience requires that you have the right mindset and you have the right um attitude while you wait. And then finally, what do you do while you wait? What to do while you wait? Now, I mentioned this in the 90 seconds with Pendulum. What do you do while you wait? And I've already said that being patient is not sitting one place and folding your hand. It's not waiting for heaven to open and manna to fall. It's not um, doing nothing and just expecting that everything will be fine. No. Yes, I said patience is waiting for the right time. But even while you're waiting, you have a role to play. You have things to do. And I've already alluded to this fact. I've already spoken about this one way or the other. So the only thing I will add is that um, specifically, what do you do while you wait? Like I said, as you wait for your time, prepare yourself for that time. Build yourself for that time. Build yourself so that you have what it takes to shine and shine continuously when your time comes. All right. So gain capacity, build, you know, strong reserves, develop your yourself so that when you get when it gets to your time, when you become, when you're now in the limelight, when you're announced, you don't begin to struggle. You don't begin to, flounder because you have already taken time to prepare. Okay? You have already taken time to prepare. You have already taken time to iron things out before then. And so you're coming out ready. You're coming out prepared. You're not coming out by, mistake or error. So what do you do while you wait? While you wait, build yourself. And what do you build about yourself? Number one, as you're waiting, build up your altar, build yourself up in the place of prayer, cook yourself with God. All right. So as you're waiting for your time, you're waiting for the right time to get married. Don't just wait. Back your waiting with prayer. Back up your waiting with prayer. You're waiting for the right time to get married. All right. You cannot just be idly waiting. You need to also pray and be asking for God's direction, God's leading in the aspect of marriage. You're waiting for the right time to go into business or to begin to offer your skill as a service for clients or whatever. You must also build up yourself in the place of prayer. Back it up with prayer. Continue to kindle your altar and make sure that you as you're waiting, you're building up your spiritual life. You're building up your spirit man. You're setting your spirit man on fire as you're waiting. Because the top comes with a lot of attacks. When you're on top, a lot of eyes are on you, and not all the eyes are good, not all the eyes are positive. Many of them are malicious, many of them are wicked, many of them, many people, they face attacks when they begin to be successful, when they begin to make money. They face attacks from here and there. So when you've built yourself in the place of prayer, when you've built up your work with God, then you won't be a victim of all these attacks. So as you wait, build up yourself in the place of prayer, build up, fortify your walk with God. Also, secondly, build your skills. Build your skills. If you've learned skills before, build on them, make them sharper, make them better. If you've not learned skills before, go and learn and build your skills. For instance, you're waiting to for the right time to start your business. Fine. Use that time to learn bookkeeping. Use that time you're waiting to learn bookkeeping. It's a skill you will need for your business. Even if you say, I'm going to hire an accountant, or you're going to hire a bookkeeper, if you have no knowledge of bookkeeping, that accountant can easily be defrauding your company or your business. That accountant can be taking money out of your business and you won't even know because you have zero idea of bookkeeping or accounting. So as you're waiting for the right time to build your business, learn skills like bookkeeping, learn human resource management, learn customer relationship. These are skills you build that will help you in your business. Go and learn HRM, human resource management. Even if you eventually grow to the extent that you can now employ a human resource manager, it will not hurt if you know it already. So that even if your human resource manager is not doing well, you will know. Learn customer relations. These are skills that will help you in your business. So as you're waiting, build on these skills. All right. You want to become a freelancer, you want to become a writer, you want to just be someone that is successful. As you're waiting, go and get public speaking skills. Go and build your speaking skills. Go and build up your stage confidence. Go and build up your stage charisma. Because it's not okay the day you now have an opportunity to appear on stage, you will either run away or you decline or you actually go up on stage and mess yourself up. Why? because you never learned public speaking. You felt, I'm not going to become a speaker now. That's not what I want. But the truth is that it can happen anytime. You may have an opportunity at any time to be called up to make a presentation in public, to speak in public, to speak to people. So if it comes up, what are you going to do? If you're asked to make a presentation, you're asked to make a speech, what are you going to do? You're going to decline? You're going to go there and embarrass your generation? No. So learn public speaking as a written, because the truth is, in almost any field you find yourself, you're going to need to speak in public, whether it's to a small group of people, to a large group of people, to a stadium full of people. You will need to speak in public. So the earlier you learn public speaking, the earlier you gather confidence to stand before people, the earlier you gather charisma and learn how to make carry people along when you talk. Learn how to make sure that people are following you, people find what you're saying interesting, the better for you. So these are skills you can build as you're waiting. Learn how to write. Writing is an invaluable skill. It's a skill is an inevitable skill as well. It's a skill you cannot do without whatever you're doing. Okay, it's either you learn how to write or you employ writers to write for you. So while you're waiting, why not learn how to write? Why not learn how to put your thoughts into words properly, articulately? How to, use words to your advantage. You can't go wrong when you learn how to write. You must not become a freelance writer. You must not offer your services as a writer. But you cannot go wrong when you learn how to write, because your business will need it. Your personal life, you will need it. There's this confidence that comes when you know how to express yourself with words. There are some people that if you ask them to write anything, it's like you want to kill them. Why would you want to be living with that kind of fear? It's not right. So learn writing, even if it's just for the purpose of eradicating that fear, so that words will become, your plaything. Words will become something you eat for a living. These are skills you can learn. Okay, learn leadership skills. These are soft skills. As you're waiting, build your skills. Learn leadership skills, because tomorrow you may need to lead a team. You may need to lead a department. Is that when you're going to start learning on the job? Learn leadership skills. All these are skills that will come in handy. So as you're waiting, learn. As you're waiting, learn. As you're waiting, learn. Build up your skills. Okay, if you have hard skills already, you're a graphic designer, become a better graphic designer. If you're a web designer, become a better web designer. As you're waiting for the moment, your time, your season, keep sharpening that your hard skill. Keep becoming a better video editor. Keep becoming a better copywriter. And also learn other soft skills. Okay, learn how to lead, learn how to write, learn how to speak. Build your skills. Thirdly, build your network. I say all this in the videos, I'm just elaborating on them. Build your network. Okay, it's not only when you get to the top then you begin to network with people. At every stage you are, have a network of people, have relationship with people at your level, below your level, and even above your level, as far as you can go. So don't wait until you blow before you start building your network. See, the truth is, when you blow, let me use that word blow, when you make money, more than 50% of the people that will come around you, the friends you will have, will be fake friends, people that are there just for what they can get from you. More than 50% of people you will get. In fact, that's why many people that are succeeding now, that are rich now, they cut themselves off from people because they don't know who is true and who is not. The only people that they can actually feel free with and trust are people that have been there before they came into fame, before they became rich, before they blew up. But anybody that is now coming around when they have made it, they distrust them, because most of them are coming around for what they can get. So don't wait until you blow up, until you reach the top before you start building relationship. No, because most of them will be fake relationships. But start even while you're waiting, even while you're building, even while you're still growing. Build network with like minds. There are always people that are going in the same direction with you. Why you run alone when you can run with them? There's this saying I love. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. So if you're going alone, you will be fast. Yes, but you may be fast in the wrong direction. You may be fast and you ultimately burn out. You ultimately get tired. But if you want to go far, go with people. If you've ever trekked, a considerable distance in your life, or maybe back when you were going to school, you're the type of person that you trek home with friends and with classmates. I did it a lot when I was growing up. And most times it was not, I didn't trek because I didn't even have money. My parents always gave us transport. But as a kid I was then, I would use the money and buy biscuit or sweet or ice cream, something, and eat, and then trek. By the time I reach home, everything I ate has disappeared from my body. But I didn't care. In my mind, I was enjoying. Sometimes, instead of using the money to enter a taxi and go home, I would buy something and be eating it on the road as I'm trekking. All right, I did it, and I'm sure many of you did it, except you're the type that they come to pick from school. All these Indomie and Ajebo children. All right, but most of us did the same thing. You use the money, buy. Sometimes even under hot sun, you'll be trekking, but they give you money. Some will save it, some will use it and buy something. All right. But my point is, when you're trekking home like that, okay, if you've done it before, when you're trekking home alone and when you're trekking home with people, which one um was more enjoyable to you? When you were trekking home alone and you were trekking home with people, which one was more enjoyable to you? And personally, I know it's when I'm going with people, because we are talking, we are gisting, we are laughing, you know. And sometimes when you're even getting near home, you'll be wishing the walk doesn't end. You'll be wishing the journey doesn't end. But when you are going alone, it will be as if your house is going backwards, as if the journey doesn't want to end. Why? Because you're alone. So yes, you may be walking fast, but at the end of the day, um, you will burn out more quickly. So if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. So build your network at every stage. Spread your tentacles. Don't be an island. Do not be an island. There's no benefit to being an island. Okay? Do not be an island. Spread your tentacles. Build relationship with people that are going in the same direction with you. Become friends. Reach out to them. Okay? If you see areas where you can help them, help them. If there are areas where they can help you, ask for their help. Some people just expect that people know that you need their help. Nobody, I don't think there's any human being that is a mind reader. If they are, I don't know. Nobody reads your mind. And you're saying, are they not seeing that I need help? They may be seeing, but how do they know if you want their help? Have you not offered somebody help before and the person rejected it and maybe even insulted you? It happens. So if you need somebody's help, ask the person, can you help me with this? Okay, I'm organizing this program, but I don't know this. Can you put me through? Can you help me do this? They will help you or they will not help you. But at the end of the day, you have reached out to them. If they don't help you today, they can help you tomorrow. Or they can connect you to someone that can help you. That's one benefit of sharing your problems with people. If they cannot help you, they may know somebody that can help you. That's why sometimes somebody asks you what's the problem, you say you can't help me. Okay, I can't help you. How do you know I don't know somebody that can help you? A problem shared is half solved. It's not because the person you are sharing it with may be able to solve it, but the person may know somebody that can solve it for you. Build your network, build relationship. And it's easier to build relationship when you're still growing, when you're still coming up. Now, then you can build true relationship. You can build relationship with people that actually are there because of what you are, who you are, and what you have to offer, not because of the success you are seeing. Because when you get to the top, there will be a lot of sycophants, a lot of people that just want to come, collect, disappear. Right? So when you're waiting, build your spiritual life, build your work with God, build your skills, build your relationships. Okay, build yourself all around. Build yourself all around so that when you get to the top, when your season comes, when you now announce to the world, when you get that first big contract, when you get that first big job, when you get married, whatever it is, okay, you're ready, you're prepared. The challenges will still come, quite all right, but now they won't take you by surprise. You're ready for them. You have built the skills you need to handle them. You have built the capacity you need to carry them. And so you're able to stand firm, even in the limelight, for the period as long as you need to. Right? So this is the end. If you have questions, ask. But patience is necessary, even especially in today's world. Today, we see so many people crashing and burning. We see so many young people that make it and then disappear. Why? Not in every case, but in many cases, a lack of patience. Somebody will go to learn a trade, okay? They'll go to learn mechanic, auto repairs. They'll go to learn electronics repairs, but they cannot wait to learn a skill that is supposed to take you 2 years, 3 years to learn. You cannot be patient. After 6 months, you feel you have known enough, and then you run off and open your own shop. You run off and open your own, have your own office or whatever. And by the time you begin to get jobs, you begin to see problems, you will understand that you've not known enough. You will understand that you have not known enough. And at the end of the day, you see most of those people, they go back to square zero, not even square one, because the whole money they used to open that shop will just disappear. You see those people now, they begin to have issues with those customers that maybe brought a car for them to repair or brought an electronics appliance. At the end of the day, they are sleeping in police cell and all of that. Why? No patience. They refuse to wait and learn. They refuse to wait and build themselves. They refuse to wait so that they can be, properly cooked before jumping into the plate. They refuse to undergo proper training before they go out into the field. And at the end of the day, they die on the battlefield. So please, patience is important. This is almost 15 minutes. I will end here. If there are questions, I will take questions quickly. Just type it in the comments if there are questions. But I believe this has been very, very, very simple and simplified. So um, I don't think there will be questions, but I'm waiting in the next 2 minutes. If there are questions, I will take questions. If there are no questions, um, if you didn't join from the beginning, I will urge you to go back and start this again. Okay. If you watched the 90 seconds video, it was very valuable. So imagine how much more valuable this 50 minutes video would be. There's a lot I shared about the power of patience that I want you to be part of. All right. Make sure you like this video, share it on your status. Let your friends also come and watch. Share it wherever you can share it so that they will also come and learn and be blessed as well, or so they can benefit as well. And then if you're not subscribed to this channel, you are missing out on a lot. Every week I drop new 90 seconds video and we talk about a different thing each week. So do well to subscribe and hit the notification button so that whenever I drop a new video, you'll be notified. All right. And I have live sessions like this up to 2 times a month. All right. So later this month, we'll be having another episode of Young and Balling. Young and Balling is a session where I bring in young people who are making waves, who are doing well for themselves, both on the online space, on the offline space. And they come to share their experience with us, they come to share their ideas, they come to tell us their story. All right. So later this month, I'll be bringing another guest. So subscribe so that you know when all these are happening. You'll be notified when all these sessions are holding, and you will not miss out on anything. So thank you so much. Share, like, subscribe, link, ring the notifications bell, and learn to wait. All right, learn to be patient. Patience is a prerequisite of success. You cannot rush into success. If you rush into success, you will rush out of it. All right, so thank you. Have a beautiful Sunday, and have a good night. Have a good night.